And he doesn't like it. If you pet him on the head, don't go from the front and over the head, because then he just flinches and gets scared. But other than that, feel free to pet him on the back and the chest and things like that. And Stumpy will stay over here with...
Who will?
Or Nikki will stay over here with Nikki.
God, you stop.
I know, Nick. I still love you. Yes, she's a good kid.
And so welcome. You guys are here for our interactive canid experience. So today, Melissa may have told you about meeting 6 of our different canids.
Can you put that
species.
on the table behind you? Yeah,
So these guys are the new Guinea Singing Dogs. They're the first mural on the wall behind me. And their closest living relative would be Australian dingoes.
Oh, a dingo.
So a lot of people have heard of the dingo, but a lot of people have never heard of the Guinea Singing Dogs. And so these guys are a very unique canid, and most people who have even heard of the Australian dingo don't really understand the history of the dingo. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So everybody knows about the domesticated dog, and we know that it's definitely the domesticated dog is man's best friend, but the domesticated dog was the first domesticated anything. And the domesticated dog came from a large carnivore at the time that would have been competition for humans as well as potentially humans. So it's a really interesting phenomenon that happened, that how did the wolf become domesticated? And so not only that, to be man's best friend. Well, along that whole domestication process, which obviously doesn't happen overnight, people brought these guys over to New Guinea. At the time when these guys were brought to New Guinea and Australia were one single landmass. There was an ice age. And then when the sea waters rose, part of this population went over to Australia to become and evolve as the Australian dingo. And then part of the population stayed in New Guinea and started to move up in the highlands of New Guinea, away from civilization, away from people, and just became a wild dog. So these guys are somehow like part of that domestication of the dog.